This is a piece I wrote back around 1994. I was reading a poem by Allen Ginsberg called Thoughts, Sitting, Breathing. And I had a line, man bends over oblivious books. And I start thinking, what if the books aren't oblivious? And I started picturing somebody reading the Torah, and this is what came out. Somehow, in these heavens within, the Torah knows she's being read. Stretching, smiling, rolling open her scrolls, bearing letters before the students' all-consuming eyes, she preens, the caress of the pointer on her slim columns, echoing the sacred strokes of the one who, bound by strictures of love and of law, first evoked this earthly incarnation. Aroused by the brush of the breath of the student's words and his chant of texts of seemingly infinite age, excites sympathetic vibrations in the parchment skin that glows soft beneath the night black ink. She shivers in unseen dimensions, illuminating sparks send tremors outward through commentaries written by other lovers and explications of her words and theirs by later loves that followed in the pathways of their heart. Inward through the legends, filling in the stories told and untold, in the whispers between the letters of her written words, and the legends of the telling of the legends, and the voices of those who told her stories, hiding their names in hushed humility behind the specters of the ones who came before them, the masters who said they were closer to her truth. Upward through the mystic resonance, each letter rising, intertwining through the letters found before and after, their essences embracing, tracing with tongues of silent fire their path through the tree of signs from the kingdom and the foundation, up through wisdom to the supreme crown of the one who waits through the end of time for her return. In this reading she trembles, vibrations, emanations, rippling waves of ecstasy, immediate and eternal. Her pulse, the fundamental tone of which what we might call the real are simply stray harmonics whose flow our earthly senses can perceive. She trembles, and the student trembles with her, and in their tactile unison feels that she is his alone, yet knows that she belongs to all who touch her back and forth across the ages, and dreams that reaching from the proper angle, his pointer, his hands, his soul, might imperceptibly pierce the page, reach into the silence there between the text-lined columns, reach and touch the soul of the sacred, the wordless, pitchless song that flows in ever-changing, ever-stable counterpoint to these clouds of languages. Reach and fall and float and fly outside the universe, inside her song, above the realm of human flesh, this world of mundane instantiations of the images in which our lives were cast. He dreams, and the cantillation carries him along, along the waves of text, reading laws, fables, genealogies, each telling not only its own words, but hidden words that dwell beneath the sounds. And the textures of her parchment, of her skin, send rhythms almost too thin to perceive through the pointer, through his hands. And then he senses an ending to the words, an ending to their soul's embrace, and he tries to slow their passage. But the words have their own momentum and lead him on inexorably to the closing text, the closing prayers, and he closes his eyes, and shifting letters in the blackboard behind his mind tries to permute a path to eternity, out through all the dimensions, the letters of the most holy names, Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey, Yud, Vav, Vav, Hey, Yud, Vav, Yud, Hey, Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey, Vav, Yud. But the Torah knows this reading must end. And though he struggles to stay with her, she slips back into the garb of the mundane and rolls away a sigh, and he sighs, retreats, completes the reading, and yields her to the approach, the touch, the kiss of the next in the internal chain of those who wait to read